life already, a transformational series. Then is to help you live a better life, is to shape you to become self-actualized individual, be highly productive, and then to unlock and fulfill your potentials, your purpose. Okay. Also,
Good morning,
and
sir.
good morning. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
I know you have been through a lot. You just finished your coaching section, and it's been a wonderful time in the group with you.
Yes,
So I know how stressful it is for you, but you know, I just appreciate your time. I appreciate your time. So quickly, I'm going to introduce my guest. Her name is Carisa Eriya. She is a visionary identity coach. She who helps young individuals, people gain clarity about their purpose and vision so that they can live their God ordained life. And then she's a visionary. She called to be a visionary to raise visionaries. Do you understand? Called as a visionary to raise visionaries. So and she's a whole lot of things. Oh, she's a worship leader. I have her song on my phone. And yes. That's wonderful. She released a book a few weeks ago. The book is very powerful. Like if you read that book, something must be burning within you. Seriously speaking. Seriously speaking. You need to get that book. I know you need to get that book. A few days ago she was asking me, David, have you read that book? I said, yes, I'm doing that already. Okay. So today we're discussing turning vision into reality. I've discovered that vision
sir.
is the most focal point of our life. So I'm handing the stage to you right now. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. David
You're
Akinwale. I
welcome.
sincerely love and honor you. Thank you very much for all that you are doing for young people. It's good to know that God is also many
Ah,
people and giving us the privilege to man several portions
mm-hmm.
of His grace. It's so amazing that we can steward what God is doing in this time. So thank you very much for this privilege. I am
You're
very
welcome.
grateful. Each time I'm called upon to talk about vision, there's this energy on my inside.
I know
So
this thing
happy.
can take 2 hours. Oh. I trust you.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
okay.
We can go
All
straight.
right.
We can go into it, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. We have about 40 minutes for everything, so we're just gonna move. So, like Mr. David has already introduced me, I don't need to do that again. My name is Pastor Carisa, and I am that chosen one of God, blessed of God,
Mhm.
and equipped of God. So, God has equipped me so I can become an equiper. And so he sends me to
Mm,
equip young people with the divine strategies that are available for them to live the visions of their life so they can eventually serve their highest purpose. So I'll be here today and I'll be talking about how you can turn vision into reality. And I think it is something that is very profound because many people just stop at the see it. If you see it, you become it. If you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your life. That's amazing. It actually starts there, but it doesn't end there. The vision coaching camp that we just concluded, we had a facilitator come and he was telling us the two aspects of vision: the
mhm,
aspirational aspect, which is the big picture that you see, what God has told you you're going to be, the picture that excites you. And then the other aspect is the perspirational aspect. That is
mhm.
your own deliberate steps to make sure that everything God has shown you becomes a part of your life. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, turning vision into reality. When I talk about vision, usually there are three building blocks of vision: the protocols, the principles, and the systems. But since we are talking about turning vision into reality, we have already skipped the protocol of receiving vision. So we're just going to go straight and begin from the principles and the systems. And I'm
Okay.
really glad today. So there's a popular scripture in the Bible that talks about vision. That's where I would draw the strength of our teaching today. Habakkuk chapter 2. The guy went to wait on God to receive a vision, and then God gave him certain principles, and we're just going to look at it. So, I
Okay.
believe everyone we're talking to here already has a vision. So, we're not talking about how you can receive vision, we're talking about how you can transport what you see in a realm that other persons cannot behold into the physical world. How you're turning your vision into reality. So the first thing that God told Habakkuk was, number one, and the Lord, verse 2 rather, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. So we're going to begin from there and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end he shall speak and not lie. Though it's tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So I want us to begin from write the vision, make it plain, that he may run that readeth it. But before I begin talking about how you can turn your vision into reality, I just want to talk very briefly, just shed light very briefly on the significance of you being a visionary. Now, Habakkuk is waiting on the Lord for something, and then God tells him, I need you to write what I'm telling you down. I need you to make it plain. Not even for yourself, so that when others read it, they can run. That tells you that there are certain people or many people around us that have the potential to run with what God has said for their lives. But these people will never begin their race because they have not written something that someone wrote. I don't know if you understand. So there are many things around you that will only receive life when you write your vision, you make it plain. So he that runs or he that reads it will run. So there are people around you that can run, but they will not run until they read, and they will not read until you write. So your vision is not just about you, it's about many persons that God has tied to you. So what Mr. David is doing now is not about him, it's about the many persons that will get to watch this, and their lives will be blessed. It's the same thing with you. So you must understand that your life is bigger than you, and when God asks you to do something, it's because he has tied the destiny of many to the instruction that he's giving you. So I need you to understand how critical your vision is, how significant it is for you to walk in line. So now God has given you something, you understand that your vision will outlast you. It's given to you, but it's not for you. Miles Morrow calls it, or it defines it as, vision is personal, but it's not private. Vision is personal, but it's not private. So it is given to you, but it's not for you. It's for other men to feed. Jesus gave us the example when he said, the word of God is like a seed. You plant it, it grows and becomes a tree, and then has branches that can shade animals. So the end result of the growth of that seed is the fact that it can provide shade to other people. So if anything God is doing through you, or anything you are doing for yourself is not providing shade for people, then you should go back to your drawing board and make sure that you are running with vision. So I felt I should say that before we move on to what we have today. So the first principle to turning your vision into reality is writing it down. And this is one thing that many people just do not pay proper cognizance to. In the vision coaching camp, I told them, your vision is not valid if it is not on paper. It is not valid if it is not on paper. Your vision, the only first validity your vision has is the fact that it is written down. So when I open a book, I can see your vision written. Because if not written down means you do not even have reverence. I don't know if that's the best word. You don't have, it does not even mean so much to you. Most people do. I just have the picture in my head. I've not put it down. I'm just organizing it in my head. I'm knowing. That's not good enough, because there's something about pen to paper. You are transporting a spirit-born thought. That's the first. Writing your vision down is the very first instance where your vision is accomplished, because it has just entered the realm where men dwell. I will say that again. Writing your vision down is the first instance in which your vision is accomplished, because it has just successfully entered the realm that men dwell. So you gotta write it down. Write it down is not valid. Meanwhile, writing it down also delivers to you a different level of clarity than when it is in your mind. I don't know if you are here and you can relate to it, but when you write something down, you find that it seems you have just opened a well of inspiration, and more things begin to come. More things begin to come. So you begin to get the branches, you begin to understand the intricacies of your vision when you write it down. Because when you hold it in your mind, you only have one picture. When you write it down, you can dissect that picture into many branches and details. So the first thing is to write your vision. Don't go about and say, I have I have it in my head. You have to write it down. It has to be written. And then the Bible says, make it plain. Before I go there, I want to buttress a little more about writing your vision. There's a way that you actually document. It's a principle of documentation. There's a way to actually document your vision. I do not know if we'll have all the time, but make sure these components are in the vision that you are writing down. Who you are,
Who
what
you are.
you
Yes.
want to do, who you are,
Yes.
what you want to do, how you want to do it, who you are doing it for, and the end product of your vision. So, what it will help people achieve. So, when you want to
Achieve.
document your vision,
Exactly.
don't just say, "I have a dream that I will have a school." That's fine. Is an idea, but you really want to dissect and get into the heavier matters of your vision. You have to categorize your documentation. So the first thing is, who am I in the first place that God has given me this vision? The next thing is, what has God given me to do? The next thing is, who has He given me for? Who is the audience that God has sent me to? God is not going to send to the whole world. I put it in my book, Identity, the Vision Component. Your vision is not a universal solution. It's not for everybody and for everything. So it's for
Yes.
a certain category of people and for something. So you must categorize your documentation. First, who am I? Next, what have I been called to do? The third thing, who have I been called to do this for? The fourth thing, how am I going to do what I have been called to do? And then number 5, when I have done this, what will the audience achieve? It is writing this down that helps you then craft a vision statement. So when you document your vision, you are not just writing the idea that you have, but you are seeking to craft a vision statement from what you are writing. So you bring it together, who you are, plus what you are doing, plus who you are doing it for, plus how you are doing it, plus the results of what you are doing. So you find that will become a vision statement. But even before you get here is the next principle of making it plain. I don't know if you can in your book just hold it side to side, because I'm going to be shuffling. I'll come here, I'll go there, I'll come here, I'll go there. Now the next thing is said, make it plain upon tables. But before we get to upon tables, let's talk about make it plain. Make it plain is not just writing it on a billboard so you can see it. That is good. But making it plain is first of all the principle of simplification. You have to simplify it. That's exactly what I was just telling you. You have to simplify what you are writing. And I've already given you the categories of how you simplify it. So you must know who you are, what you are doing, who you are doing it for, how you are doing it, and the end product of what you are doing it, and of what you are doing. That helps you understand your vision. So God has said, I want you to, in the year 2027, I want you to establish an educational system. So you do this and do that. Now, God has given you a vision. You write it down that I'm going to have an educational system perhaps by the year 2027. Now you have to make that vision plain under those categories that I've already told you about. You must simplify it. The idea is because, or the reason is because you cannot run with a complex vision. You cannot run with a complex vision. So until you simplify it, it will not even make sense to you. I think it was Albert Einstein that said, if you cannot explain it to a 6-year-old, you do not understand it yourself. So many of us run with visions that we don't understand. The only thing is that we are convinced that we heard God, but we have not simplified it. So when you hit the rocky road, you don't even know what to do. Your strategies are not clear because the vision is still coming. So you must be able to make it plain, so much so that you can explain your vision to a 6-year-old and they would understand. If you cannot explain to a 6-year-old, like Albert Einstein said, you do not understand it yourself. So before you get excited and you want to tell everybody, hey, see what God told me, calm down and seek to understand what God is saying to you. Simplify it, because those questions I just gave you, as simple as they may sound, gaining answers to those questions are not easy. It will take you time to provide answers to those questions, but it is the process you must go through. It is the process every visionary must go through. If not, you just come out and you begin confusing people because you don't understand what you are doing. So you must simplify it. I tell people, when you want to simplify, Under those categories, don't seek to make it brief and write one line statement. If it is 3 pages, write it out. It is a process of clarity. So don't try and come and what's the word now? Make it concise that you deprive yourself of this vision that God has given me. Who am I for this vision? Like when I came, I told you I am an equiper. God has equipped me to equip others. So I'm an equiper. I'm going to equip people with, okay, on that category, I place it. That is who I am. The next, you answer, what am I going to do? Best into it, because we are going to talk about, this is the basics for turning your vision into reality. These are the basics, and you must understand this and work with it. So do not try to shorten the flow. Put pen to paper and write everything that comes to you. What has God asked me to do? Put everything down. I tell people it is when you write it, maybe 3, 4, 5, 10 pages, because this exact thing I'm explaining to you, it took me months, if not 1 year, to be able to put in proper perspective who I am, what God has asked me to do, who He has called me for, how I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and what's the results I expect these people to have. So don't try to make it fast, and after this class now, you just get your paper. It may not be like that. Write exhaustively. Who do you think you are? Who are you really? What has God called you to do? Put everything down. When you have written all this, read it. When you have written all this, read it. That's the mistake many people make. They don't read the vision. You have to read the vision to internalize it. You have to read the vision to become intimate with it. So while we're doing the vision coaching camp, why I told them this, I said, when you write this, read it again, then read it one more time. As you are reading it, you are getting intimate with the intricacies of the vision, and you are opening yourself to new levels of understanding of the vision. So when you come out, you are clear, you are convinced that this is what God has asked you to do. So that's making it plain. Simplify it. Meanwhile, under simplification, there are other questions to ask yourself, just so you. Okay, I'm going to talk about that later. Write the vision, make it plain. Make it plain, understand it, seek to simplify it. Where do I begin? Mr. David, you have read my book, Identity, the Vision Component. I don't know if you saw it, write the vision, make it plain. I put some questions there that you should ask yourself. Where does God want me to begin from? What's the direction of my vision? What is at stake if I do not do what God has asked me to do? Is a part of the simplification process, because what is going to give you energy to turn your vision into reality is that you also know the consequence of your choices. So what is at stake if I do not carry this vision out? You have to write all this down. So when you write it, read it. When you read it again. When you read it again, read it one more time. And then make reading your vision habitual, because many times when you begin to interface with reality, many things will begin to change. You see lapses here and there. You have to go back to that thing that you have written so you stay on track. So write the vision, make it plain. Now let's go to the other part. Make it plain upon tables. So this is where vision boarding came from. God said, make it plain upon table. So I've said, make it plain is a principle of simplification. Making it plain upon tables is the vision boarding that you have to do. The only picture of your vision you should have is not the one in your mind. You should also have one on the board. I will say that again. The only picture of your vision, or the picture of your vision you should have, should not be the only one that you have in your mind. It should also be on the board. So you want to turn your vision into reality, transport that mental picture to a board. Transport that mental picture to a tablet, a place where you can see it. So this is what you do. You look for pictures or scenarios that resemble what you want for your vision. That's how people do vision boarding. So you can use some persons use cardboard, some use notice, these notice boards that people use in school. You just there. Some actually have vision boards made. But the idea is you must be able to see where you're going. physically, not just mentally. The first
Mm.
is mentally, the next is physically. You must be able to see it. That does two things for you. First, it provides reference for you. It makes you understand that where I'm going, somebody already got there. So it is not new. The school that God has asked me to build, for instance, someone has built it. Who has built the school God is asking you to build? Go and find the person. Put the picture there. Carve out a picture of the vision that you have in your mind and place it there. So you are providing reference for your subconscious mind, and you are telling yourself the vision I have is valid. The place where I'm going, there's a path there. So that's what you do. And this is exactly what God taught Jacob in the Bible. Jacob was having problems with his livestock. And then God told him why they mate, set rings eggs for them to see. I don't know if you know that story. And then God said,
Yeah.
as they see it and as they mate, they will produce what looks
Produce.
like what they have been seeing. It's the same thing for you. So you must see something. Right now, where I'm sitting, I can see my own vision board. So you must position your vision board in a place where you see it. As you go about your daily activities and your life, you will begin to produce what you have seen over time. Even the Bible said, beholding, what's that scripture now? I'm trying to recall that scripture.
Is it
With
building his place like a glass?
yes, with open face we are beholding. I
Open
say,
face.
and we are
Yes.
changed into that same image. You are not changed into the
Image.
image
Yeah.
you think about, you are changed into the image you behold. So anything
Behold.
you
Mm.
constantly see, you will automatically become. So that tells you you have to be careful
Mm.
of what is in your environment that you see, because you will become what you see constantly. So
Yes.
wisdom dictates that you create the environment, you put the picture you want to become, and as you see it, you give your mind something to work on, and you put the law of attraction in place. The universe begins to attract to you the reality that you have seen all the while. So you are changed into what you see. So you have written your vision, you have read your vision, you have simplified your vision. Now you have placed it on a board. It's very important that you do that. So if I come into your room and you're a visionary, or I come into your closet, wherever you stay, and I cannot see anything that resembles your vision, you are not ready for this journey. You are not set for the journey at all. You are not set for the journey.
Mm.
So you want to begin turning your vision into reality. These are the first steps. Before you start
Yeah.
creating goals, these are the first steps. Let your vision be visible. Can you write it like that? My vision must be visible. My vision
Visible.
must be visible. Make it plain. So why are you hiding it? At times I put certain things on my laptop screensaver is my phone background, my something, especially things devices that you always come handy with. Put something that resembles your vision, where you are going, what you want to do, how you want to, where who you want to become, where you want to go. Put it in your phones. You're always holding your phone, so you always see it. You always see. The idea is try and maintain interaction between where you are and the place where you are going. Try and maintain intimacy and interaction between where you are and where you are going, because it is amazing that you do that. So if we are done with that, we are now going to move to the next segment. So I've told you, write a vision, make it plain, read it, and then vision boarding. We cannot do so much here. So after now, you can go and browse what it means to vision board, how, and then just get acquainted with the whole process, because we do not have all the time and we have other things we want to talk about. I only have 20 minutes to go or less. So now, turning your vision into reality, the other part is goals. We're talking about goals, because the vision is a big picture, but you need to know how you get to the big picture. That journey has a path. You have to mark that path out. If not, you will only be celebrating that you have a big picture in your mind, and yet you have no visible pathway to get there. So you must seek to understand the road to your vision. And that's where goals come into play. So during the camp, one facilitator defined vision as such, and I like his definition. I want to define it like that. He said vision is a statement, not just a written statement now, also a mental statement of a tomorrow that your today will lead you to. I'll say that again. Mr. Jeremy, he was the one who defined it like that. Vision is a statement, both written and mental, or both mental and written, of a tomorrow that your today will lead you to. That tells us that there's a vital connection between our today and our. Do you understand? Are we
Yes.
together?
Yes, we are together.
Okay, amazing.
We are
So
together.
there's
Continue.
vital connection between your today and your tomorrow. So that the first thing I want you to know, when you are turning your vision into reality, what matters is what you are doing today. What matters is what you are doing today, because it is your today that will lead you to your tomorrow. So many people just daydream and visualize of a beautiful tomorrow, and yes, their today is empty of strategy. Their today is empty of definitions or definitive ways on how they will get to their journey. So while we are talking about getting there, we have to talk about what you are doing today, because it is today that leads you to tomorrow. So now when you want to turn vision into reality, you have to have programmed plans, what we already call goals, that will facilitate your journey. So now I'm sure many of us have heard many things about goals. There are many people teaching goals everywhere, how to hit your goals and all that. But I'm going to tell you a few things that will just put many things in perspective. First of all, as a visionary, you must understand vision is the source of your goals. So whatever you are doing today, like we have said, is because it is taking you to where you need to be tomorrow. It is taking you to where you need to be tomorrow. So you don't outsource goals. You don't. Some people just randomly create goals and say it's a new month. September is coming. Hey, what do other people do? They read books. Okay, I'm going to read a book. People save. I'm going to save. Those are good things. But you must be able to draw goals from your vision. Where does my vision dictate that I be in December? That is what will determine what you start doing today, August 26th. So vision is the source of goals. You don't just randomly draw goals from here, New Year resolutions. This is what I think I want to do. It's not about what you think you want to do. It's about what your vision dictates. About what your vision dictates. So you draw goals from. And if you know the SMART formula, the specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound. I have other things to talk about. I don't know if I should dwell there. Have we talked about that at all during any of these sessions? So I'll know if I should talk. We have not talked about
it. You can talk briefly. You can talk briefly about it.
Okay, so there's this SMART formula when you want to create your goals. Your goal has to be, S is specific. That has to be specific. So you don't just say, I hear people say things like, this month of September, I want to be better. That doesn't make any sense. What does it mean to be better? I don't get it. I want to improve. I want to improve my skill and increase. That doesn't make any sense. So that's why their goals fail, because it is vague. If it is not yet vivid, it will fail. I wish you would write that one down. If it is not yet vivid, it will fail. So that is specific. You say you want to be better. What does it mean to be better? I want to be successful. What does success mean for you? So let's say in the month of September, I say, example of a goal now, I want to make ₦1 million in the month of September. So it's not just I want to make more money. It's I want to make 1 million specific. So you don't say I want to make more money this month. I want to make ₦1 million this month. So the next is measurable. How do we measure it? I know what my bank statement is now. So if I have 2 million now, I expect that at the end of September, I should have how much? 3 million. So I can measure if I actually hit my goal. So you must be able to keep account of where you are now, so you can know where you need to be tomorrow. So tomorrow will not make sense, or tomorrow will be vague if today does not make sense to you. So right now I have 2 million. I want to make 1 million naira extra this month. That means at the end of the month, I'll be having 3 million. So I know where I am, and I know where I want to be, and I know by how much. I know what the difference. It has to be measurable. The next, it has to be attainable. Is this something that I can attain? Do I have the systems in place to actually make 1 million? Because most people just say, I want to make 1 million there. What are you doing to give you 1 million? You don't have something that you're doing that is productive yet, and you say you want to make 1 million. Is it divine favor? Except it's divine favor. Except it's divine favor. You want to, okay. But the idea is it has to be something attainable. So you have to have very defined milestones of how to attain it. How will I get 1 million naira in the month of September? So you don't just set goals. You have to goal setting is a whole process. You sit down with yourself and analyze all that you need. So is it attainable? Is it something that I can attain? Am I the kind of person that will actually get 1 million naira from what I do? If not, then that making 1 million naira has just become a long-term goal. The short-term goal now is becoming the kind of person that can actually make 1 million naira. Kai, I don't know if you understand. So this is how you do long-term goals and short-term goals. So I want to make 1 million, but am I the kind of person that can make 1 million naira? In fact, my financial term, if I see 1 million naira in my account, should I not faint? Some people just say 1 million and you have the mindset for it. So making 1 million becomes a long-term goal. The short-term goal becomes becoming the kind of person that can handle 1 million, that can attract 1 million. So the next question is now, what do I need to do to become that kind of person? So you see, the process now is integrating. This is how it is. Because we do not have time, I'll just move. The next thing is arrow. It has to be realistic. It has to be realistic. Does it make sense that you can make 1 million in 30 days? Yes, it makes sense. Some people set goals that are not realistic. You say, I want to lose 50 kg in 2 days. I don't understand. How? How? So it's not real. It doesn't make any sense. You are pregnant and you say, you know what? You get married in October and you get pregnant in October and you say, you know what? In January, I want to have my baby. It does not, no matter how sincere you are, exactly, that's face. It doesn't make any sense. No matter how sincere you are, no matter how much prayer you pray, no matter how much research you do, it cannot happen because there's a process. So you must understand the process your goals will take. So is it realistic that I pray that after 4 months I have a baby? It is not. So you must understand these intricacies of your goals. But does it make sense that in 30 days I can make 1 million? Yes, with the right systems, if it is attainable. So the T in the SMART formula is time bound. I want to make 1 million naira by 30th September. It has to have a date. That's why they say goals are dreams with what? Deadline. If you don't have a deadline to it, it is not a goal. It is a wish. It is a wish. So your goals have to be smart. They have to be specific. They have to be measurable. They have to be attainable. They have to be realistic. They have to be time bound. So you have to put a for it. So you see verse 3, the Bible says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So God is not just telling you, I want you to do this. There's time allotments to it. God has appointed time for your vision. So you want to set goals in that manner, you have to put time to it. You have to understand the time cost of your vision. You have to understand the role of time in turning your vision into a reality. If you have now gone through this process of writing your vision down, of simplifying it, of making it plain upon tables, understanding the intricacies, and then turning your vision into goals and going through the process of making sure that your goals are smart, then you will now move to the next step, which is what we're going to be talking about. The turning your vision into reality is the perspirational aspect of your vision. So expect to do so much. Now you want to execute and achieve your goals. Another reason why many people have their goals falling through is because they do not even know why they want to achieve what they want to achieve. That's why at the beginning I told you, make sure your vision is the source of your goals. Now
Go.
you want to
Yes.
make 1 million naira in the month of September. Why? Many times we just pick up why from somebody's WhatsApp status. Someone just puts it and says 7 figures, that kind of thing. I made 7 figures
Yeah,
last month.
yeah.
I made 8 figures last month. Say, hey, Kai, this month I'll make it. Doesn't make any sense. The why is borrowed, so your goal will fail. You cannot borrow your why. Your big why
Why?
has to be seen now to you. Why do you want
Yes.
this? That's why it has to come for your vision, because your vision is personal. It is unique to you. So why do I want to make 1 million naira? If your why doesn't make sense, or if it is not, what's the word now? Um, if it is not personal to you, and if it is not decent to your vision, yes, that's it. If it's not personal to you and decent to your vision, your goal will fall through, or you just put in so much effort and make small things here. You have to know why. Why are you doing what you are doing? Why are you doing what you are doing? Make sure you are not borrowing why from someone. So I usually like to give this example. You see a lady, she wants to lose weight, and then you say, Amaka, why do you want to lose weight? And then she tells you, my boyfriend says I'm too fat. That kind of goal will lead you into depression. You will become
Yeah.
depressed
Yes.
because it's not personal to you. It is stemming from your
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend. If the motivation for your goal is external to you, your goal will fall through. The
Mm.
motivation has to be internal. It has to
Internal. Yeah.
from your vision. If the reason why I want to do well is because okay, Mr. David is doing something with the academy, so I want to set up an academy too, just so many things we're doing now is because it's insecurities and competition that's fueling
Yeah.
our goals. Terrible.
Yeah.
So let's go back to that lady. She says, I want to lose weight because my boyfriend says I'm too fat. She begins to do many
Mm.
things. She will get weary because
Mm-hmm.
she's not the one who wants to lose weight. It's the boyfriend who wants her to lose weight. But if that girl says, I want to lose weight so I can look more beautiful and compatible with my boyfriend, that is a goal personal to her. I don't know if you understand. So we're going to be
Yes.
doing the same activities. It's going to be the same goal activities, but different why.
Why? Yes.
So it's not external to me. I'm the one who I want to look physically compatible with my boyfriend. I want to lose some weight. That is you. Not my boyfriend said I'm too fat. That is depression. That's insecurity. That is not a good why for your goal. So because of time, you must always ask yourself, why am I doing this? Always question what you want to do. Before you go ahead to do anything, question it. Why do I want to do what I want to do? So why do you do what you do? You have to know your
Mm.
big why. If you study I don't know if we have time, but David, when he got to the scene of the battle, and the brother said, hey, you, David, I know you are
Okay.
proud. That's why you came here. Get out, and all that scorn.
Okay.
David
Yes.
said, is there not a cause? There is a why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come here because I feel like seeing the battle. There's a why. So if you don't know your
Yeah.
why, when people begin to scorn you for your vision, you'll get depressed, you'll get frustrated. That you say me.
Yes.
So you have to know your why. That why has to be personal to your journey. It has to be unique to your
Mm.
vision. You have to know your why. Okay, we're gonna move to the next thing. While you are setting goals in the bid to turn your vision into your reality, you must begin to visualize your outcome. You must begin to visualize your outcome. I've already mentioned knowing what is at stake. Knowing what is at stake before. So I don't want to go there again, because when you know your why, you should also know what is at stake if I don't do it. David understood what was at stake if he doesn't take down Goliath. The people of God are being harassed. I'll have to take this guy
Mm-hmm.
down. So know your why, know what is at stake. Number 2 or number 3, visualize your outcome. You must be able to know how that reality will make you feel when it eventually comes.
Mm.
I was telling them at the vision coaching camp, you must add emotion to your intention for your action to
Mm.
fly. That is what
Wow.
visualizing
Wow.
does to you.
Wow.
You must add emotions to your intentions for your actions to fly. So you
Wow.
want to fuel the energy for your goals, begin to visualize it. Now, how is it going to be when I eventually open that school that God has said I should open? Begin to create emotions for it. Emotions will excite you. Visualize it. How will it be when I eventually lost that weight I want to lose? How will it be when I eventually have that 3 million naira in my account? Visualize it. Add emotions to it. It does something to you. Emotions create a different level of energy. When you add that energy to your intention, it fuels the motivation and the result of your actions. So visualize your outcome. Have you walked your vision? Have you walked the path of your vision in your mind? It's not just knowing the end, because vision is seeing the end, a preferred future. Have you walked the path? Walk the path in your mind. Many people are not using. Imagine, think with your
Mm.
mind. David Schwartz said, your mind is not a warehouse. You don't use it to store information. Your mind is a factory. You use it to generate thought. You use it to generate thought processes. Your thinking that is original to your vision. So don't just store plenty information. Think about it. How is it going to be when I eventually host that webinar? How is it going to be when I eventually open that academy? Oh, how will people, what are going to be the feedback we'll get? What is the review that we will get? How, enjoy and immerse yourself in the euphoria of the outcome of your vision. Because if you're not visualizing it, there's an issue. So because of time, we are going to run. While you
Wow.
are visualizing your outcome, you must make sure you are affirming the outcome that you are visualizing. That's why Pastor Chris will tell you, keep saying it, don't stop talking it. Even when what you are visualizing and the reality that you can see are very distant, it is affirmations that
Mm.
will bring them together.
Mm.
Affirm
Mm.
your vision like they have happened the way you want them to happen. So as you visualize the outcome, that picture that is in your mind, that emotion that you hold, affirm it. Tell yourself, um, affirmations are powerful. Affirmations are
Yes.
powerful.
Self-affirmation. Yes.
Many people don't know how to affirm. It's just bitter that they don't know how to affirm. There are three ways, or there are three protocols for affirmation. It has to be in the personal, it has to be in the present, and it has to be in the positive. It has to be in the personal, it has to be in the present, and it has to be in the positive. So
Positive.
we don't do collective affirmations. We don't do we are. We do I am. We do not do we are. We do I am, except you are saying the vision statement of an organization. If you are affirming for your
Uh,
vision, personal to you, I, I, and then you do not affirm in the future. You affirm in the present. You don't say I will.
Present.
You don't say I shall. You say I am. You say I have. Huh? So you don't. It's not I will. It is I am.
I will.
Not I will be
I am.
wealthy. I am wealthy.
I am
Not I will
worthy.
be healthy. I am healthy. Because what you are doing, you are bringing the vision to your reality. So you don't use tenses. You don't use future tenses. It must be in the present. I am.
Present.
I am. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am rich. Or if it is other verbs like I know who I am. Not I will know. Just make sure there's no future tense to your affirmation. The third thing is it has to be positive. So you do not, I hear people say, I can, be careful about what you affirm. Don't say I am not poor. Say I am rich. Those
Mm.
are two different
Mm.
things. Don't say I am not
Mm.
sick. Say I am healthy.
I am
Because
happy.
when
Yeah.
your brain is a goal seeking organ, so it seeks the goal of every statement. When you say I
Yes.
am not sick, the goal there is sick. So your mind picks up sick,
Mm.
keep being
Right.
sick. Even when you are affirming I am not sick. So don't move away from what you don't want. Move to what you want. Not I am not sick, I am healthy. Not I am not poor, I am rich. You understand? So move to what
Yes.
you want, your words, and then understand that I am. Hey, when Moses was talking to God, and then he said, God, what will I tell these people that your name is called? Do you know how God
Mm.
affirmed his identity? He said,
Mm.
I am.
Ah.
You must learn that pattern. I am.
Mm.
I am is the creative force of the universe. So be
Universe.
careful what you add to I am. Don't tell me you are
Mm.
joking. Be
Mm.
careful what you add to I am. I am is the name of God and it has energy. It bears energy. Whatever you add to
Mm.
I am is bound to come into your reality. So be careful what you add to I am. So your affirmations must be personal, they must be positive, and they must be in the present. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am, or I have. I have. I am. So understand that you don't move away from what you don't want, you move to what you want. If you
One.
understand that, please also go big on affirmations. Go big. Are you paying to use your tongue? You are not paying. You're not paying to use your tongue. You're not paying. There's no subscription. There's no tongue subscription. Say my sub has finished. You mouth and create the life that you want. My community right now, we do our affirmations 5 times daily. 5 times daily. 9 a.m.,
Oh.
12
Yeah.
p.m. We do five
Yeah.
times daily. During the vision coaching camp, we're doing it 5 times. 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock again. So go big on affirmations. When you wake up in the morning, what do you say? Before you sleep, what do you say? Make sure you are affirming your life and you are affirming like the vision that you have has come. So I am excited because my school has blessed 3 million people. I am excited because my vision is a blessing to men. Just go big on your words. Go big on your words. So
Wow.
the last thing I want to tell you about turning your vision into reality, your goal is that you must have a system. You must create a system that works for you. This is why many people, their
Mm.
goals also, they never execute it. You must create a system that works for you. So while you have understood your vision, you have moved from, we have walked quite a journey now. You have moved all the
Yes.
way from seeing your vision to the point where you are affirming. You must be able to support your goals with an efficient system. You must be able to support your goals with an efficient system. And what's a system? A system is more like a sequence or a series of mechanics that
Mechanic.
brings something into a whole, more like a modus operandi, how things work. You must know what works for you. While you are trying to hit your goals, it's not how I accomplish my goals that Mr. David will accomplish his. You must know what works for you. When when is the time factor that is more productive for my goals? Is it in the morning? Then create a system that
Mm.
enables you work in the morning. Is it
Mm.
at night? Create a
Money.
system that enables you work at night. Know what works for you. If it's some while I was in school, you hear people say, I cannot read when I'm alone. I read where there's noise. I don't even know how that is possible.
I do.
I don't know how that is possible, but I've heard something like that. So most times they
Yes.
try to
Yes.
get people rowdy environment. You must be able, so
Mm.
since you know you cannot read in a silent place, you must create a system for yourself where you always have people around. You always have people making
Mm.
noise. That kind of thing. Or you are the person who reads where there's is silence and you have a goal to make first class.
Mm.
You must create a system around your life. So I may not be able to stay in a public hostel. I may need to get a personal what's it called, a self-con, or I have to
The
stay
self
here. Or if I'm
connection.
staying in the hostel, I must be able to leave the hostel by this time. So I have this time block, very solitary, and I can read. So you must know what works for you and create a system around it. So if I'm the kind of person that my time block of productivity is in the morning, let's say 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. I create a system for myself that enables me to wake at that time and help me do what I need to do. So when others are chatting on WhatsApp by 9 a.m., I cannot be online by 9 a.m. I'm working. After 9 a.m., I know I can come. So know what works for you and create a system around it. And when you are creating a system, what a system does for you is to take you from effectiveness to efficiency. That's the benefit of a system. It takes you from effectiveness to efficiency. Now, I want you to follow me. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to use the exact example I used in the vision coaching camp. I said, if you want to
Okay.
grind melon, do you know melon?
Yes,
You know
yes,
melon. There's
yes,
this
sure.
hand machine that you use to grind it. Some people
Yes,
use,
yes,
so
yes.
you have to grind, do that.
Mm-hmm.
It involves your energy. It takes more
Energy.
time and all that. It's actually effective. At the end, your melon is ground. But now there's another
Mm.
system in a blender. So you just go, you put your melon, it blends it, it saves you your time, it saves you your energy. That is a
Energy.
system for efficiency. So don't just
Mm.
seek to be effective, seek to be efficient. What is efficiency?
Mm.
Efficiency is effectiveness with lesser time, with lesser cost, and with lesser energy.
Mm.
So
Mm.
how can I hit my goals in a more organized format that I save myself the energy that others will use or the cost at the time? Now let me make this relatable with this example. That lady who wants to lose weight, she can then say, you know what, I'm not going to be eating dinner anymore. I'll just take, okay, maybe I'll just take fruits. I'll stop eating at night. No more processed sugar. I will do this. I will do that. I'm cutting down my carbs. It's going to be effective. Maybe for the first month, she will lose some calories. That's effectiveness. She's hitting her goals. But if you want to make that goal efficient, you create a system around it. So a system can be perhaps getting a fitness coach. So a fitness coach
Mm-hmm.
can create diet that is specific. Okay, let's say a fitness coach and a diet consultant. So a diet consultant will create diet for you that is specific to your body type and to your system. So you don't hurt yourself while you're trying to lose weight. So it's not just effective, now it is efficient because you are maintaining your body energy and you are not hurting yourself in the process. A diet consultant will do that for you. That's the system. And then she goes ahead to make a fitness coach. So a fitness coach tells you you have to add exercise to this. Not just exercise, but this is the kind of exercises you will do, because you may be trying to lose weight in your upper body, on your lower body. So he tells you this is the kind of exercise you need so that it is customized to you. This is the routine of your exercise. So you have just moved from being effective to being efficient with executing your goals. So you must seek to create a system around what you do. Some people thrive when they have a community. Maybe I don't know what you do, but when you have a community of people who are cheering you, you tend to do more. Build a community. Let them become your system. Let them probe your work. I know of a lady who has a community. They are her brain. They brainstorm for her for free. So it's like I create a community. I bring you, Mr. David. I bring some other of my friends that I know are great minds. I say, okay, this is what I want to
Okay.
do. Brainstorm for you. They tell you do it like this. Don't do it like this. Do it like this. Add this one. Remove this one. At the end, her idea is furnished. When she brings it out to the public,
Out.
when she brings it to the masses, it is seamless. What has she done? She has
Seamless.
created a
Mm.
system for herself. So know what works for you. Some people hit their goals better with an accountability partner. Get an
Partner.
accountability partner. That's the system for you. So be able to, but you can only do this when you understand your unique journey. So be able to pay attention to yourself, to know what works and what doesn't work, and then create that system that will help you steadily turn your vision into goals. So I'm going to say one
Into
more thing and
goal.
I'll be out of here. While you are turning your vision into reality, you must do this in time. You must do this
Mm.
in time. I know we did not add that to the topic today, but I need you to understand that your vision has time allotment to it. You don't just
Yeah.
sit around and then perhaps one day you get motivated and then you do. You have to do what you have to do when you have to do it, if it must have the relevance that it must have.
Mm.
Imagine it is at this point I want to put up a webinar and say How to thrive in COVID-19 times. It doesn't even make sense anymore. Many people have attended, I'm sure they have done thousands of webinars to tell
Yes.
you
Yeah.
how to try. Is it now when things are, everybody's already getting adjusted to the new system,
Yeah.
that you bring your
Yeah.
webinar and say how to try? You are late. You are late. So your
Of course.
vision has time allotment, and you must understand that. So while you are doing everything you are doing, you must pay unusual attention to the time cost of your vision.
And
With these few words of mine, I hope I'll be able to convince you. You. Please don't
ah, wow, it's a
and turn.
very great thing. Very, very great. Like I'm just like, oh, if I allow you to continue, oh my God. So I really appreciate your time. This is more than a master class. It's like a mastermind group, like brainstorming, sharing values, sharing insights into what. So there are a lot of take-home points for me. But I would say this, like what you said, your why must be from internal. So that that drive, even when you lose the drive, once it's coming from the internal, you will still find that enthusiasm because you
Exactly.
derive it yourself, of course. And now you talk about
Exactly.
emotions, plus intentions, then boom, you
Make your
fly.
actions
So
fly.
yes, make yourself fly. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you,
don't even know what
sir.
to say again. I don't know what to say again. I'm really excited. I'm sure, really excited. You can see it on my face.
I can
I'm
see.
really excited.
Thank you so
Thank you
much for
so
having.
much. Thank you so much for joining us today on the episode of Becoming with David Akinwale. I know you have gained maximum value and I gain a lot. I gain a lot. Learning continues and it's a process. So till I come your way next time, my name is David Akinwale. Live your best life.